On checking, I have at least 8.3 GB, so this might go for about 47 or 50 minutes at most. If I try too much. Okay, 8.3. I think this might go for 47 or 48 minutes at most. But it's okay though. So it's in the morning. So it's about the time. It's about 10:07. 10:07 a.m. in the morning. I'm actually repeating myself. So you're not supposed to say 10 a.m. You're not supposed to say a.m. and in the morning in the same sentence. So it's 10 in the morning, and yeah, you see that people are very full. Their stomach are very full. They're throwing away my food. So bad news. Yeah, we might have some bad news here. We have some bad news here. The place that I usually record, there's a likelihood that it will be broken down by this truck that is moving. I'll move closer to it so that you can see it. So there's a likelihood that I won't record in that place because of the noise. I might even go to the other mountains. I'm not good with this. Why are they destroying where I usually record? Why can't they leave it there? I have a feeling that they will level this playground, all of it, like all of it. My concern is this place might flood excessively. Once they just fill this place with soil, this place, looking okay. It's only that I can't zoom. Let me actually zoom. So there's a ditch there where I'm recording. The separation, the separated area. Okay. Now in between the two layers, the grass and the soil, you can see that there is some inclination. So we have left there some ditch. I think for whatever reasons. And I think I'm not comfortable with whatever they are doing. I have a feeling it's going to lead to another disaster. I just have a feeling. Because water will flood this place and will now be flooding that shamba. There's a shamba actually over those trees. And on the other side of the trees. So the owner will have quite some challenges and a big problem. Because once you say that his shamba will be filled, and you know he has not planted maize. He has not planted plants that can, kuvumilia inasemaje? That can, what is kuvumilia in English? Kuvumilia in English. Plants that can't tolerate mud or even water, too much water. That's what will happen, by the way. That's what will happen. So there's a likelihood that that will happen, okay? So with that being said, let's look at the truck destroying our bridge. Usually, okay, I didn't like this place because it was directly in view when we were just passing across the road, or even on the road on the other side. So I used to love this place because it had waters. It was cool and you could meditate in that area. But right now, what can I say? The bridge has just been dropped. I think it's the first place that I recorded myself while eating some bhajia a while back. I don't remember when. Might be even last year. Yeah, it's likely to be last year. So yeah, that's what happened. And so the bridge has just been broken, and now now for a way to, they can't cover all this area with soil. They can't. Honestly, they can't. So I'll not record on this place. I'll record somewhere further. But I'll not go to the trees or even the field on the other side. Okay, let me actually record. So here it is. It has broken the bridge that was there. There was a path there, and now it is no more. The soil is being moved to cover the areas here. They are filling the ditch so that no one else drowns. Okay. There will be some work going on for the next, 2 or 3 weeks as they try to fill their scraps with these ditches with water. Yeah, that is what is happening. That is what is happening, and yeah, the bridge has just been broken. And I have a feeling that this might end up in a way. Okay, I'll not go to the other side. I'm not recording in the other place because one can see the other clear while on the other side. So I've just remembered that I no longer meditate. It has just occurred to me that I no longer meditate. I'm like, let me just go about my day. It's like I lost track. I lost interest in that thing. Once it did its thing, I just went back to default mode. Not and the way I used to value it, you just listen to yourself, calm yourself down. Okay? But I found comfort in the law of detachment. Once I detach, I think I won't think about anything. I'll go to another place by the way. The noise here will be actually too much. Selective, but it will be too much. It will be too much of an effort. So I'm not too used to this, but we can change the environment. So I left this habit alone, and I was like, it ain't helping at all. Yeah, just find some time, talk about your thoughts. I think that will calm you down. And finally, when you're praying, I think you'll be focusing on the silence, because when you do that, you like to find that you're going to focus more. So yeah, that is what is happening. And I have a feeling, I just hope that these mountains will not be destroyed. These mountains, yeah. And go to another place. And I am happy to say that I am back. I think I was in a low moment that had to teach me that the Lord is always the answer. You always have to seek the answers to the need. You always have to seek answers from the Lord if you are stuck. Yeah, there are moments in life that will teach you. You know what? You're not the source. You're not the own source of your strength. You're not the own. Okay, I'm not sure if the wind will affect this thing at this point, but let me record this here. So, as I've said, and I'm actually in direct view of the road, so I don't like changing the locations. I like hiding myself when doing some things. So I am back. I'm proud to say that I'm back after having a hard time trying to figure out what is happening. I'm like, okay, what did I fail to do so that I can be, because there's no way I felt troubled in my heart or even in my spirit, yet I can't find any answer. Today is when I had concluded that, you know what, let me actually disconnect and go in a silent moment. And when I say a silent moment, I mean fasting. Yeah, fasting and spending my time alone. Yeah, see, it's likely in this field, spend about 2 hours, 3 hours. Yeah, reconnecting with my inner self, even meditate, forget about, lose my, when you're meditating, you lose um, you lose your identity. That's why people really struggle to do that. Like, you forget that you had a past um, conscious experience, and now you are in another realm where you're just listening. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call what do you call it? That, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call uh, meditation. Forget about yourself, connect with nature, and even connect with in another realm with another person. What am I really saying? But that's the point. That's the point. You know. So yeah. And I have a fear, by the way. I really have a fear of what will happen after this Nini is filled. Flooding is actually my concern here, but it's okay though. They have decided, we can't stop them, and they know what they are doing. Keep in mind that this, the one who is authorizing this has gone to school, has been, knows what to do. I wonder whose resources are being used while using these trucks, this bulldozer. Because you can't tell me it's someone individual who has paid for all this fuel and even the wages of this, or the salaries of these workers who are working in this field. I can see about 3, and it's likely 3 on the ground. Some others are on top or even are in offices. So you're likely to find that there are more people being paid. Who is covering these expenses? Is it the government? I wonder. But anyway, not my concern. I think everyone should just mind their own businesses. So yeah, I just want to break. I wanted to break the news that I am back, but I need to take that break of silence, seek redirection, and now start creating my now reality that I'm going to enforce or even to actualize. Sawa sawa. So it will be on a payroll. Okay, it will be a reality on steroids. I'm creating a new reality now for myself, considering that. Anyway, we will know. I think we'll get to know what's next. Get to know what is next after this. Today I'm supposed to focus on Excel and now create OCDB connections with Excel and SQL databases. So after that, I learn how to import in the Excel and even databases in my Excel. SQLite and other forms. Actually, MySQL, SQL, and SQLite. Those databases, and then make a connection, learn how it works, and then finally document the journey in just one video. So I've not been focusing on school. That's why I've not been focusing on school. And funny enough, no one has reached out to know what's happening. You see, that's why you learn that in life you're just alone. Not even a single person will just, hi, I never see you in classes. Yeah. What's the issue? If someone could have reached out, I was like, okay, this person is so concerned, and I think he's a true friend. But now there's no one there to no one is concerned, by the way. That's why you learn that I'm just alone in this life, for that matter. I'm just alone, and being alone, you know what that means. No one cares about you. But that's the truth about life. No one really cares about you. Even your own. Okay, the reason why your mother cares is because you are her son. That's why she's concerned. Otherwise, if it would be another person, she wouldn't be concerned. Yeah, people no longer have attachments with you. The truth about life is that you'll always be alone. When you're climbing up the ladder, you'll always be alone. When you'll be creating content, while a beginner in Excel, you'll always be alone. While you are climbing the ladder is when people start being attracted to your successes. That's the truth about life. And the funny thing about success is that when you are working on the foundations of success, people will always talk ill about you. This guy thinks that that conversation is what will go on in the meaning. That is what is going to happen. That is what is going to trigger the events of this guy. People demean you while you are starting. Yeah, while starting a business. Which example can I use? Let's go. Let's look at the case of. I like Steve Jobs for some reasons. Or let's say, Steve Jobs. I don't know if the audio is clear, but so Steve Jobs starts a company. Okay, he wants to create a hardware, a computer for that matter. He has a dream. He gets a partner, also called Steve, or is it even Jobs? Steve. It's likely it's Steve. Steve Wozniak. Yeah, I think that's the name of the co-founder of Apple. He's like, let's create this thing. Now, I'm sure someone looked at Steve Jobs at some point while having this. Okay, there's a okay. You can go to a place and talk about your dream. This is my idea. Someone can look at you and say that you are crazy. And yeah, you're very crazy. Good, fine, I'll continue with my dream. I won't listen to you. So, and after several attempts, now he comes up with the first computer back in, I don't know, 1989 or even 1978. I'm not sure about this, but it was at this time of the history. Learn to look at the camera. Hey, okay, let me just remember that. So, Steve Jobs created the first computer, and people are impressed. Now, I am sure the person who had told Steve Jobs that you are crazy was like, okay, okay. And I'm sure he had the same conversation about, he could have talked the same conversation about that. You could be like, yeah, you're still crazy. That won't sell. Until he made the second computer and he was like, okay, this guy is making some moves. And then the third one. And then the fourth one. It's like, okay, let me just shut up. And that's when such people just shut up and decide to not talk anymore. Why? They have lost because they underestimated you. So according to their lives, they only know how to lose. And to you, you only know that ultimate. It's like fighting between your life and death. Fighting between life and death. What am I really saying? There's so much wind, and I think it's going to affect the quality of the audio. So people will look at you while you are beginning, while you are starting out, and will just pity you, not knowing the potential the mind has. Once you strengthen the mind, once you empower the mind, okay, that's it. Once you just empower the subconscious mind. A lady who I have actually I follow makes a video yesterday, and by the way, it made a lot of sense. The reason why most of the people fail is because their environment has just programmed them to think that success and a good life isn't possible without even working hard. It's actually what is in people's minds each and every time, that this won't work. Yeah, because at some point, okay, we talked of the subconscious. Okay, the mind having 3 levels of it. That is the superconscious mind. Okay, number 2, the conscious mind, which I'm actually using right now. Yeah, I can now detect that the wind is coming from this place. I need to face this direction. Okay, I'm now seeing, I'm noticing that I don't look at the camera. I need to now focus on that is the conscious. It is reminding you of this reality, this physical reality that we're living in. Okay, now having an understanding that the mind has 3 levels, and actually I have not mentioned, I forgot to say that this now the subconscious mind, which is actually the ground level of, like, it is like water. Yeah, the mind is just made up of that. So having an understanding that there are 3 levels to the mind, you now use that to your advantage. Now, since childhood, to this point, the environment has tuned each and every one, or even has programmed everyone such that now they are the person that they are, based on what was fed into the subconscious mind. Remember, the subconscious mind is like a sponge. It downloads everything, like it's happening around your nini. If people are fighting, that will be programmed in your subconscious mind. It will be there for forever, like for forever. Okay, having an understanding that this will happen, this is the case, you're likely to find that if you're not careful and reprogram the subconscious, it's actually very possible, as I learned from that video. You're likely to live in a life an unlikable, okay, not an unlikable, but what do you call something that can't be liked, something that cannot be liked, something that cannot be liked. Something that cannot, okay. There's a word to describe something that isn't really appealing. Okay, isn't appealing. Yeah, the word is appealing. It isn't appealing. That's why you find some people just live a very unappealing life because they have grown with that in. Now let's look at people who really don't. I'm using this for an example. There are people who really don't believe in themselves. They always have trust issues. They always have that. Now, from their childhood, they have just been trained. Unconsciously, that was established while they were growing up. Something was just done to them, and it was done more than one time. And they are like, I no longer have that. I now have trust issues, even in my adulthood, because, and that's why. So, such people need to reprogram their minds, and that will essentially improve their lives. Yeah, there are people who don't believe that success comes easily. Like, they believe that. And I saw another video that whatever you believe in is what will attract, not what you want. That's why you should, as much as possible, to work and change your beliefs. You should change your beliefs rather than changing what you to want, and that ultimately can be achieved by rewiring your subconscious mind. How can you rewire? Because it's very possible. As much as you have downloaded all the content negative, someone said negative about you, that you can't be able to achieve that will download in your subconscious mind, and it will have a direct effect. You won't note it, but it will come. So it will show up at some point. That is, if you don't create systems to block that. Your mind should be like the immune system. Once it's not a negative energy and a negative thought, you should do as much as possible to create commotion, be violent, and block that thing out so that it doesn't download in the subconscious mind. That's why people who aren't easily moved, they have that ability. If you zoom in into their mind, you are likely to find that they have created that system where they just block the negatives. It's because they know. Yeah, people who drive at this, they didn't know how to block that, those voices. And always, that's why you are told to always surround yourself with people who are growing, who have that mindset of growth, who are always will challenge you. You know what will do to your subconscious mind? It will rewire it to, okay, now we need to put in some effort and find a way to improve our lives so that you can match the standard of these people. You see, I talked of the marble the other day. Once you live near people who are sharp and always productive, you'll find yourself going to the same direction, or even going to the same path of becoming productive. Okay, right now is the moment of look at those people and surround yourself with that energy. Just have that energy around you. energy is transferable. That's why it will transfer to you. Okay, and I keep on saying that my kids will actually be very lucky, very lucky, very 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 lucky. Why will they be lucky? It's because by the way, do you remember me saying, okay, this has just occurred to me randomly, it's just a random thought, it shouldn't be the part of the diary, but do you remember when saying that my partner and I will have will do the adult gymnastic, and it will be very willing. I remember actually asking for this. My partner will actually accept sex willingly. Like, it won't be forced. I won't ask for it because I want to beg. For me, I will never find myself begging. And that manifested. It's a thing that by the way I created in my mind. Using my superconscious mind, I created it. I created it, by the way. It's only that you can't remember. No, I can remember. But it has just occurred to me that I asked for sex in my superconscious mind, and I didn't ask actually. I asked actually. Okay, the point that I'm trying to say is, I didn't ask my partner. I asked for the universe to give me a chance, or even to lay the foundations of, not the foundations, but to create that scenario where I'll no longer ask for it. It will just be willing buyer, willing seller. Okay, and guess what? It happened. It manifested itself. I didn't ask for it. It was just freely, naturally given to me. Although I know I'll pay the price of. I'll pay the price. Since right now I have a soul tie, but that's not a concern, because it really hasn't affected me as much as the next day is when I did the worst of my worst. I left the tap open. Weird things happened that day, the next day actually. Anyway, see, that's that. That was just that, by the way. So, as I was saying, my kids will actually be very lucky to have me around, because I'll program their mind to believe that they can be able to do anything in this world. That is, if they focus on the thing and they see the end goal. I'll always be reassuring them that it is possible. You can do it. You have that ability. Yeah, you are able. Keep pushing. Very possible. Keep pushing. It's very possible. That way, you'll be preparing them to be people with crazy ideas, crazy and big ideas that will transform the world. Okay, you find even they'll be thriving in leadership positions, which you aren't able to feel at early enough, but actually they'll do on behalf of you. That is what is going to happen, because you have trained their subconscious mind to believe that it is very possible. They are able, they are rising, they are capable of anything, they can achieve anything. That's how you program the mind to believe. That's what you're supposed to do. And well, as an adult, it's not actually easy to rewire your subconscious mind. It may take some time, and that's why I have proved that it will take some time. But how that will happen is you use your superconscious mind to create now your future self. Yeah, that's why the other day, now it makes a perfect sense. Okay, it makes a perfect sense to say that if you want to be happy, just always be creating your own reality. Like right now, I can decide to walk from, I'm walking from this place and go to now my room. Well, in the middle of it, I should be creating myself a scenario where it is in the morning and I'm in the house and I'm very productive. See yourself doing it. You have a large computer, a curved computer on your screen, and you are working on it. Okay? What you are doing right now is just you are living in another moment, but using the time that is conscious at this moment. Okay, see yourself. Okay, and after you reach the house, now you imagine yourself now. You want to walk and take a break. You want to walk and take a break. So you start your car and you're seeing yourself moving out of that your house, and now you're going to catch a breather somewhere in town. You're going to this hotel. You're going to drink coffee. See yourself going to that coffee Java or even Java shop. Yeah, and after that, go about your business, learning Excel. After that, in the middle of actually doing Excel, imagine yourself being the best Excel content creator and even practitioner. Yeah, Excel practitioner or even professional in your field, and people are looking at your face TikTok page, and you're there like they are impressed by how you're delivering content. See yourself talking about data in such a professional way that even anyone can understand in the world. Yeah, see yourself that way. Keep on creating that image of people really like you. People are liking your videos. People are really saving your videos because they have value. See yourself talking about AI while using while talking about data analytics. See yourself thriving. See yourself appearing before kings, because you are so excellent in your field that you no longer can no longer be ignored, because you are so good at Excel. See yourself making a lot of money. Yeah, 200,000 US dollars, because you are a good content creator. Someone looked for you. See that message reaching out. Hey bro, okay, not bro, but they come to your inbox and say, we are offering this uni so that we can invite you through this project, because you have created a good brand, an excellent brand out of yourself in TikTok, and people are starting to reach out. See yourself talking about AI in Excel and how you can improve productivity. Yeah, now that is one side of now my brand itself. There's the other side of productivity, which is on the maximum, and I'm the admin anyway. I'm the manager. See yourself talking about AI in such a way that you are just passionate, enthusiastic, and you really know what you are doing. You're showing people how they can improve their lives through AI. See yourself talking about AI so passionately that people will just be looking at you and they are like, I think we are going now. Someone on the other part of the world is even planning a seminar talking about AI and how it can influence businesses. They be compelled to invite you, and they are willing actually to pay $5,000 $1,000 beforehand, yeah, prior to the seminar, because they have seen what you are doing on the internet. They see how you are passionately, and they have seen your story. They have seen and they respect the journey that you have taken. See yourself in that position. Always just be creating that image each and every day. Yeah, by that, what I'll be doing is just I'll be rewiring my subconscious mind to believe that now anything is now possible if I just decide to do it passionately with all my heart, mind, and soul. They say that do everything as if you are doing it to the Lord. There's a Bible verse that keeps on that says actually, or even highlights that issue. Do everything as if you are doing it to the Lord. Okay, like this is God. I'm doing this for you. Don't you think that you'll do it with all your passion, zeal, and energy? And if you continue to maintain that consistency, you're likely to in just actually 1 month. Tell me why you shouldn't in your page that page of yours should it lack at least 2,000 followers. Like actually let me give it a minimal of 1,000 followers in just 1 month. If you continue staying true to the consistency path, tell me why. And in just about 2 months, tell me why you won't have a huge following for about even two, now going towards even 10,000. And how you're speaking like a professional, and you keep on learning each and every day, you keep on creating. So, and after that, after you picture yourself, you're seeing yourself making money is just flowing to you, wealth is flowing to you, abundance, prosperity, and success is just in your DNA. People look at you and they just admire you. See yourself talking to young people, talking about how they can improve their lives, wearing that. Of course, I'll be wearing a cardigan in my imagination. I'll be using my subconscious to create that image. I'm wearing a cardigan talking about things because I will never, someone said that be so good at whatever you are doing such that even if you wear a t-shirt, no one will really be concerned. No one will really be concerned. People will be like, this guy is good at what he does. Why should we limit him by putting restrictions that he should wear as you? That's the person that you are supposed to be. Yeah, keep on reassuring and even give your mind assurance that I'm so good at whatever I do. I appear in meetings while wearing cardigans and casual sport shoes. I appear in meetings with high profile people and CEOs while wearing a casual cardigan because I'm so good at whatever I'm doing that I can no longer be ignored. They're no longer putting value on your physical appearance. They are putting value on what is in your head. Yeah, create those thoughts. Create those moments where you are just an important person and you are walking before kings while wearing a cardigan. That's a sign of, okay, not a sign, but that is your brand identity. People identify your brand using the cardigan, but start creating the reality right now. And while you are creating the reality, remember you must put in some effort in the conscious world so that your brain muscle, what is important is you just prepare by strengthening your why is it that I didn't know this exists, contrast. Anyway, so do that for a consistent period of time, like 1 or even 3 weeks. Do that very consistently and the image should be very clear. I am here standing before kings. They are asking me to give me, like people are asking you to $2,000 so that you can join their project, because you have a brilliant mind. You have a brilliant mind. Yeah, I don't know where this came from. This thing that can increase the contrast. Anyway, so that's the point. Work on yourself such that now people no longer need to ignore you. And while learning things, just make sure that you have learned the solid of it. Anyway, so that's the point. That's how you rewire your subconscious mind, and not forgetting that the subconscious mind is what actually affects how a person looks at life, and even his success and prosperity rate. Yeah, it is important. So I don't know if it will reach 45 minutes. I'm not sure. Let me check if I have more storage, and even check the past videos. So yeah, I was talking about that. That's how you have 1.3 GB. Let me see. One video is 1 minute, and the other video is
on checking. I have
about 3 minutes. So I have about 1 minute, 2 minutes to record whatever I'm supposed to say. Okay, to finalize on this thing, because I don't want it to go past 50 minutes, because I'll be lacking storage to transfer when exporting the processed one. Anyway, I even don't know what I've said, but today's topic was about rewiring your subconscious mind. It is very important to rewire your subconscious mind, and rewire by using your superconscious. Reimagine yourself in the best moments in life. I think in between is when I'll create the reality of now. I'm getting now a child. I missed the other one. I missed the train for the other one. Now I'm going to fix this one. But I'll make sure that I create the best scenarios, that this is going to happen. And after this, I'll be a father, probably even next year. Yeah, a time before, likely 2025, likely before 2025 ends. It's a likelihood that I'll be a father. Okay, I'm already a father. I'm already a father to a son. Okay. I didn't ever think that. Anyway, fine. I don't want to talk about that. So yeah, think of the best version of yourself in each and every time. That is what will make you happy. Of course, it takes some energy to imagine. That one I can agree. It takes some energy to rewire that. So I'm now going to recreate the moment where I'm going to be a father. Of course, you must imagine even the process of pumping in the adult gymnastic thing. And then create the child from there. Of course, it will be a daughter. I missed that train the last time, and I was punished heavily by having a troubled spirit. Remember me talking about that. So yeah, I should be very wary. I should create the moment, and I should create the perfect picture, so that when that moment reaches, I know, okay, this is actually the moment. Actualize the thing, because I know I'll have the sign. Because the other time I had a sign that my partner or even my girlfriend will be on the right side of the bed, and now I'll be F them in that position. And it happened that night, and I ignored it. The next day is when I got a spiritual shift, and my spirit was troubled. Anyway, let me end this diary here. Remember, if it can be shaken, it can be moved. Until tomorrow, create a subconscious mind. Rewire your subconscious mind. Create your perfect self. You will always be happy. You will always be on high vibrations, and you'll be good to go. Remember, if you can be shaken, you can move. Until tomorrow, adios.